All right, welcome to the final episode of 2022, episode 140 of Those Millennials podcast. Today, I'm your humble, grateful, extremely thankful host, K the Classic. I'm here with my nearest and dearest, my boys and friends in real life. How did my mic get so fucking loose? Jesse's here. How you doing, Jesse? How's your pockets? How's your mental health? How's your DMs? How's COVID kicking your butt, brother?
If anybody noticed how I was sounding last week, come to find out
Playing hurt flu game.
Yeah,
Jesse was playing the MJ flu game.
come to find out I had COVID, or have COVID. I'm still testing positive or whatever. Other than that, I'm good, man. It just felt like allergies. It really did. But I've been doing a lot this year, at least work wise and shit. I missed quite a few pods this year because of it. And it was like, all right, go ahead and chill, lay down. So
yeah, we talked about it. Your body was like, sit your ass down. You're doing too much.
Yep, and that was it. I've been out for the last, since last week. So chilling. I caught up on some TV shows. And
there you go.
Did you have to start checking your last Raw dates, or was you cool on that?
You don't get COVID by sexual trend. What the hell?
I mean, you can.
And that you probably can. And that voice y'all just heard is real. Real, how you doing? How you feeling? How's your pockets?
Somebody has COVID that you fucking with, but
that's crazy. How's your DMs? How's your mental health? Everything up and up? That's all you said is That's it. Great content, man. Great content. Yeah, man. It's last episode of the year. While a lot of our other podcasts, I listened to a lot of music today, by the way, because a lot of podcasts are just not posted.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I'm like, bro, this is
like I was.
They do this.
I listened to a lot of music today. Hey, Rel, I went back to listen. I listened to a lot of T.I. and a whole bunch of other shit today. Anyway, but
you know what? I just feel like this would be a good time. Not to say like nobody deserves a day off, but in this era of when podcast and content is king and people are traveling, I know
that's what I was about to get to.
And I haven't had literally shit to do. Like I just been like binging.
I listened to a lot of music today because I was just like,
but I'm like everybody, like nobody.
They all take off.
None. I had none.
This is one of those days where you tell your family like, yo,
I had a long work day today too.
Like, I'm gonna give you all the time now.
It was surprisingly busy today at the 9 to 5 to where I was like searching. I was like searching for stuff to listen to. And I just it's like, all right, this is what y'all gonna give me music, which is fine. But
normally my pod, like I'm usually like by the morning time, like I'm usually like flowing from one to another to another. Then by like later in the afternoon, I could listen to music. But like this week, like I was dry bone going back listening to old shit. Like,
yeah. I mean, like I said, every now and then it's cool for that to happen. But yeah, just like Rail said, man. So I here at Those Millennials care about your travel plans. So if you are tired of listening to SZA constantly,
get on the Southwest flight.
Don't get on the. Shout out to Squeaky. Squeaky did a really nice post because I was just listening to everything they was talking about on the news.
Yeah, Squeaky, get my damn bag back from Miami.
And Squeaky,
my Miami bag.
And Squeaky did a really nice post talking about don't believe her. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. Don't believe everything y'all said. Y'all read from the news and stuff and all these like. She was talking about why Southwest.
I mean, I know what happened, but for the people that don't, you want to explain what happened.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, so if you don't know, there were a lot of cancellations throughout, the people that were going Midwest and into the South and going East Coast. The majority of them, I think they said like 60% was from Southwest Airlines.
I lost a bag from Miami back to Vegas that I haven't got back in like 2 weeks. From Southwest.
So, like I said, I was saying, so Squeaky she works for Southwest. She's a stewardess. Shout out to Squeaky. She's never been on the spot. Squeaky, you got to come on the pod one time for the one time. She did a really nice post talking about how earlier in the year, if people remember correctly, Southwest workers were on strike. They were, because they're union, they were striking for some of the stuff and some of the conditions that a lot of the airlines wasn't giving them already. And they said, she was basically saying, again, I'm paraphrasing, this is what happened because even not only were passengers left without accommodations and had to sleep at the airports like Tom Hanks, so were her and her fellow stewardess. Like they had no places to go and no destination and no place to get back. Because I didn't know Southwest doesn't fuck with no other airlines. You can't even transfer your airlines to another fucking. You can't go Southwest to American or Southwest to United. They don't. You can't do it like that. And I'm gonna be real. And no disrespect. I live in Vegas.
Disrespect.
The only reason I would fly Southwest is from Southwest to LA. I'm talking about me. I don't want this. Ain't no flex or nothing. I would never fly Spirit ever. I ain't that whatever destination I have to go. I ain't got to go that bad if I got Spirit money. But Southwest, I'm cool. It's American, United, and up for me. But yeah, shout out to all those people that are stranded. That really sucks. Especially there was one story where there was a elderly gentleman that was stuck in the airport who didn't have his medicine, and it was bad. I was watching all the stories.
So are they stuck because of like weather, or are they stuck because of just the airlines on strike and all that shit?
So it depends on who you believe. So according to the news, they're saying they don't have pilots. The planes aren't. So
basically, what happened to Meth when we were coming back from Miami last?
Yeah. They're like there's not enough pilot. Is they don't have enough stewardess, but Squeaky was basically saying in her post that don't believe that. So it just depends on who you believe and where you.
I just want my goddamn bag back from Miami.
Shit, that's crazy. You still
I don't give a fuck who get home.
What'd you have in that bag though? What'd you have in that bag?
It wasn't. I didn't have no shoes. It was just some t-shirts and shit that I had bought when I was out there. So it was in a backpack, and then I lost the backpack. I left the backpack over my overhead carry-on, but I had two of them, and I fucking would just because when I landed at fucking 3 a.m. in McCarran's because my flight was fucking delayed because of Southwest.
I think it's called Harry Reid now, but keep going.
Whatever. Harry Reid McCarran's. Then I landed at 3 a.m. in the morning, so I was like out of it. So I left my second backpack, and then that plane went somewhere else, and now I've been trying to get this bag back for like 2 weeks. So
I got you. Let me start this by saying thank you again to our loyal listeners throughout the entire year. I mean, we're gonna do a better, more personal thank you at the end of this pod, maybe somewhere in the middle of this pod, and we'll talk about you guys or whatever. I do, before we go too long in this pod, I do want to celebrate me and Carolyn by saying my daughter is 2 years old. 3 days ago, shout out, my beautiful baby is 2 years old. I can't believe it. So editor, please add an applause right here and add some Gracie's Corner music right here too as well. But yeah, shout out to everybody that liked that video that I posted when she was in her thing though. Shout out to all y'all. What else? Christmas episode too. So Christmas is over. Y'all want to talk about what y'all did for Christmas? What y'all got for Christmas? I know, Jesse, you told me a little bit about how your Christmas went. If you want to share, if you care to share or not, but
I had COVID. I was at the house, but it's kind of crazy because the week before. That cough didn't do me any favors.
I was just about to say, you mentioned COVID, and I was like, yeah, that's a COVID cough. Right there's a COVID cough.
Clear in my throat. The week before, I went to this Christmas party with my parents and my brother, and I just happened to be like, I don't want to carry a bunch of stuff on the train because I don't got a car yet, and so I just got on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. I didn't want to carry a bunch of shit to work and carry it from there to, it would have been a lot. So I was like, let me take some of the presents now. So I definitely took my parents' presents and I gave it to them. And I was just like, also the plan for Christmas Day is my cousin was proposing to his girlfriend. And
shout out to your cousin. Shout out to Black Love.
Love congratulations, Cola.
Love wins.
It was a great video. Sucks I wasn't there, but I was planning to go there for Christmas Day and chill there. So I was like, I'm not going to be here long. I'll probably have enough time to say hello, eat something, and roll out. But so I was like, it's a good time to like give the presents. My parents say presents at least right now. So I did. I told them, it's for Christmas Day. Of course, my mom opened it right then and there. As I was saying, don't open it till Christmas.
Let's go,
But
Mom.
she doesn't care. And she enjoyed it. I got my mom like some pajamas. I got my dad a nice Nigerian uh, kit fleece from their football kits. Nigeria always has the best like kits, even though they weren't in the World Cup this year. They always got dope soccer kits. So I got my dad a sweater, a fleece from there, and then got my brother this dope Godfather poster. And I got my other brother's sweater, and other brothers go get some money. So, it was cool. I chilled in the house for the most part. I was just watching TV, I was staying in the same place on the couch. It's literally got a dent because me just sitting there the whole time.
COVID Jesse was just posted.
Yep, and I was just out. That was about it.
Rail, you want to talk about your Christmas? What you did for Christmas?
I don't.
You don't want to talk about your Christmas? Okay, great. Basically the same for me. I mean, besides the COVID thing, I spent time with the family, played Uno, had laughs, watched Lakers completely embarrass themselves to Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. I bought my daughter.
Want to talk about these Lakers, so go ahead and get off what you got to say about these Lakers, since you want to talk about them.
I mean, we can save that for later. I don't want to talk about the Lakers for a little bit. Bought my daughter so my daughter's birthday is December 27th, so obviously 2 days. So she got, a lot of people gave her birthday gift as well as her Christmas gift. I bought her a remote control car that's for three and up, and she was not interested in playing with it at all. She was actually scared of it, so I was kind of sad that she doesn't even want to play with it. She barely wants to sit in it. And then Carolyn got her a lot of stuff, and then my mom got her a lot of clothes and some like a kitchen set. So she got a lot of. She don't need no more toys. I see how parents' places get filled with toys. Like it's freaking ridiculous. Like she doesn't need any more toys. Like for a very, very long time. Every room in my house has toys, and it's freaking ridiculous. All right, so yeah. I want to talk about real quick off the top of the rope. Some of what we've achieved this year in podcasting. What do you guys do? Do you guys want to talk about that?
Can I do my hot list?
Oh yeah, we can get to that. Is that what you're calling it?
Yes, this is
let's do his picks first. Okay, so
his picks.
Behind the curtain for everybody, we were gonna be like everybody else and take this week off before potting, but we cared about the algorithm and we thought this would probably be a good opportunity because a lot of pods aren't being posted. And like Rel said, you guys can listen to us while you travel for those who are traveling to LA or you're traveling Vegas, because I'm saying those two because that's our biggest demographic where people listen to us. At least that's what it shows on when I look up the numbers. Is LA and Vegas most people that listen to us. And the IE. Of course. But for Jesse's gonna be doing the picks.
Somebody got a plane flying by?
That was me. That was a loud ass plane. I apologize.
The whole plane.
The airport is fucking far from my house. I don't even know why that happened.
Yeah, Southwest was like,
Southwest heard me talking. They heard me talking shit. They heard me. They missed. You missed. So we're doing a little flip floppy today. I don't have control of the not list, which is making me freak out. That's Rel's job, so I have no idea what Rel's gonna do or say or do with the not list. I don't have anything back up to write. Jesse's gonna do Rel's picks. which he's going to do his own. So he's going to do the parlays this week, and then we're going to go from there. So that's how this pod is being scheduled. So Jesse, please, your NFL picks for what week are we on?
We are on week 17.
Week 17.
Week 17. One more or 2 more weeks to go.
2 more weeks.
This is a big week for a lot of teams, and
especially for the Buffalo Bills.
It is what it is, But so I'm gonna do some picks for y'all. So first and foremost, I will say, go ahead. What?
It's just funny. Keep going, man.
First and foremost, go ahead and fade that, or not fade it, but go ahead and take that the Chiefs money line over the Broncos. It's 12.5.
Oh, that's too low.
Hold on, you taking it points or money line? That's 2 different things.
Point.
Okay, so minus 12.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's easy money.
That's too low.
That's easy money. And then I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all to go ahead and take that Jaguars points, because they're gonna whoop the Texans. Jaguars, they got -4 for the Jags. And then my last but not least, go ahead and take that.
The Bills.
Let's do. Nope, that one's too close.
Come on, man. Don't be a coward, dog.
I'm not gonna be a coward. Go ahead and do that Jets Seahawks -2. Now, that's a tough one, but
Jets
they got
-2.
They got Jets -2. So
okay, that's not bad.
And then
I like the Jags -4. Jets scare me because I don't know.
Jets do. You don't know who. Yeah, you don't know. But Mike White is back. And then bonus, take that USC 2.5, -2.5 over Tulane.
Who they playing?
Tulane in the Cotton Bowl on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, the Cotton Bowl on Monday.
Damn, they don't even make it to the Rose Bowl no more. They niggas in the Cotton Bowl. Anyway, thank you, Jesse.
They were close.
they were all right, Rel. It's time for the first annual whatever the hell. So he's renamed it to the hot list, whatever the hell that means.
Rel does his list. It's not the not list. It's the hot list because this is what we want to talk about. There's a lot of things Kevin tries to mute and monetize and keep away from us and try to say we're not talking about.
I like how you use monetize. I try to make money.
He doesn't want to talk about this. Nobody can pay me. The world can never. There's not enough money in the world that can pay Rel. There's no salary cap that can hold me. But this is the hot list of the things that I would like to talk about that's coming to that's on the front of my mind that I want to get out there. And I just want y'all opinions on, and then y'all just react to it. And if you don't want to react to it, you got to react to it.
Like how you didn't want to like how you didn't want to talk about Christmas.
Who gives a fuck about my Christmas? Like
keep going, dog.
First thing on the hot list. Nick Cannon having his 12th child today. Is this planned? Do you think he's pulling out on purpose? I mean,
he's not pulling out.
Okay,
do you think that
he's not pulling out?
Do you think
that's the
he's doing
problem. I mean, that's not a problem.
I would love to have this fun conversation. It's funny. He's open with having as much children as he wants to have, like he believes he can have. But he did just recently lose a child, so I'm gonna stay away from this one. And all positive vibes for his child. For the child that he lost, and hopefully for his next child that they have a healthy baby. I just want to say that for the hot list that this may be my approach starting next year. So I'm just putting it out there. So I'm just mad. I don't want to be in no relationship.
The dude that said I didn't want to have kids says he wants to be Nick Cannon now. I was about to say Nick got money. You want to be Antonio Cromartie too?
Yeah, Nick got money. It's easy. It's easy to do that when you got millions in the bank.
I got money, but not millions. But I got money,
You could go ahead and have fun with that one.
Okay.
Listen, I'm probably not going to take care of half of those kids anyway. But
the hot list has started off great.
So That's the first thing is the hot list that Nick Cannon is hot on my mind right now because 12
I didn't even get to respond, but thoughts and prayers, congratulations to him, and hope, like Jerrell said, hope they have a happy baby.
Will you and Carolyn be having 12 kids?
No. I hope. I mean, Nick Cannon went on the Joe Budden podcast and talked about what he's trying to do. So if y'all want to listen to what he said, just go back and listen to what he said over there. So
I don't. Did he bring up anything about a drum line?
What's he trying to do, Kev?
No, I'm not trying to explain it. Like that's not for me to say. It's not for me to say. Basically,
did he talk about drum line?
Give us a little synopsis.
Basically, these are business agreements, so it just is what it is.
Pretty much, and I need a tax write-off. My tax is getting fucked every fucking year because I don't have kids. They ruin people who don't have kids.
And all his baby mamas are taken care of too. So it's just like if people, people want to throw around deadbeat shit, and it's just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, it's none of that. You obviously it's a business agreement.
That's
obviously he's trying to have.
People want to throw in people want to talk about the deadbeat shit. He's not deadbeat.
No,
that's true because I ain't taking care of no fucking body but myself. So I probably shouldn't go down that route. But yeah. So number 2 on the hot list. Hey, what you doing, Kevin? I heard you probably. I didn't like the way you probably not me on that.
Okay.
Bill Cosby said he wants to go on tour again in 2023.
This I did see. This I did see.
Here's the thing. Bill Cosby going to who's going to sponsor this? And are you going to get 2 tickets?
Jesse. He's like, I'm not talking about this.
Listen.
All right, go ahead, Ro.
You think and
this is a hot list? I'll tell you that. you 2 for 2 on the hot list. You are 2 for 2, sir.
Do you think Bill Cosby will serve drinks at this comedy event? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. I mean. For all the people, I don't know. Man. I don't know if I'm going. So I'm gonna put that out there. So.
It's definitely bring your own. Anyway, y'all
think Bill's still trying to finger pop in the back still after all this bullshit?
Bill Cosby is disgusting, but he's also a legend. He's dingy, but he's also an icon. He's a piece of shit, but he's also one of the nicest human beings. It's
you know what? Fuck Bill Cosby. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because he used to shit on
I really don't
like Dave Chappelle said he rapes but he saves. Remember that joke?
Really fucking sucked, bro. Yeah. Like I watched Ghost Dad recently and that shit was terrible.
Ghost Dad's, I like Ghost Dad. Ghost Dad's great.
Yeah, but he wasn't. You know, he's known to be an asshole too.
Yeah, he was known to be an asshole too.
Fellow comedians, and he started being that dad of pull up your pants. This is how a black person's supposed to act and be like this and that and this. So, I'm
be interested to see the type of people. I'm sure. So who's gonna fill out these seats? Is it going to be the same R. Kelly people going to fill out the seats?
For something foremost, Bill Cosby has never been funny to me. Like the nigga has never been funny to me. So I was just joking. I won't be going to your concert, my nigga. You was never that funny to me. And the Cosby Show was kind of overrated to me because the niggas where I lived at, nobody had jobs like that where I was growing up at. So it was like it wasn't relatable to me. So I didn't like it. So
Jesse, what does that mean?
Where I was coming from,
basically he doesn't want to see a positive black family.
No.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Basically, that's what he said.
Growing up, I just did. I didn't. I was like, nigga, like I just thought that was so far fetched. I just thought it was so far fetched. Like I was like, man,
Uncle Phil was a judge.
That was the point. That was the point of it. Instead of showing like it was like there are families like this. That was the whole point.
That was literally the point.
Like,
up
until that, all we saw was the Jeffersons of them struggling and barely making ends meet. What is he anyway?
Literally, John Amos literally left the show because of that.
Paul Winslow being a snitch, but I mean,
he was a cop.
Pig 12, whatever.
Okay.
But all of a sudden, I mean, I'm just saying overall the concept of Bill Cosby playing the role he played. Not that, you know, that's mostly what it was. Nigga never went to work, but he was a doctor and all types of shit like that. So
his office was at
Somebody didn't watch. Somebody didn't watch.
Yeah, we know
It's
why
very
his office
evident.
was at the house because the nigga was trying to knock people out and get skulled. I know what Bill was doing.
It's very evident. Somebody didn't watch. Go ahead. Next one.
Fuck you, nigga.
Bill Cosby himself was funny, by the way. Keep going.
Bill Cosby has never been funny, nigga. I
Bill
know a
Cosby
bag of
stand
rice
up
that's
himself
funnier
is
than her.
funny.
Nigga, Seinfeld funnier than Bill Cosby.
Funny. It's funny, and we know how you feel about Seinfeld. We also know how you feel about Frasier. Keep going.
Fucking Kelsey Grammer, cool to be. I like Kelsey Grammer. But lastly, Chris Rock.
It's only 3?
Yeah, it's only 3. Chris Rock.
Lazy.
His Netflix, him waiting, because you know, I mean, you've seen clips of him doing some stand up, maybe doing some gesturing towards what happened, but now him doing a live stand up, the first ever live event stand up. I forgot what it is, sometime in March.
Yep.
I think maybe is what I don't have the exact date in front of me. But are you interested? Are you excited that he sold the bag to Netflix? How much money you think he paid? Do you think he gonna go there? And how big is this gonna be? Because this is a live streaming event.
I was just about to say. So I think Netflix is trying shit, which is let's see if it works. This is like the first ever of them trying something live. If you look at the stocks of all the streamers, none of them are like really winning right now. Besides, I think YouTube TV right now because of their new rights. They're probably going to lose on the back end, but obviously they just got acquired NFL Sunday Ticket. But none of the streamers are doing well. Disney was doing well earlier this year. I think they're not doing well right now. But yeah, this is a new lane, so let's see how Netflix goes with this, and we'll go from there.
I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to watch it because I share a password. So tell me how it goes.
That was a good one.
And
the last honorable mentions.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait for that 90 show. Anyway, keep going.
No, I will say this. I'll say this. It's very bold. It's very daring. I don't think we've gotten anything like this where somebody does a full live stand-up set. It's obviously going to be material he's been working on for the past couple of years.
Not to cut you off, my only question is Netflix like damn near melted down when Stranger Things dropped. Like, what's going to happen when they do a live stream like that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Be able to hold it.
I don't know.
Netflix literally melted down when Stranger Things, the last season of Stranger Things.
Is Chris
Rock gonna demand that?
Chris Rock gonna demand that? I guess people are gonna look.
It should, because
after the Will thing, he hasn't said nothing since the Will thing.
But that's the thing.
Like, none of his jokes have really been out there like that.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Where it's like, do we even know if he's going to go there? I think he will, because he knows that's like the hot topic, but I don't think it's going to be as much as people think it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he's probably been working on those jokes right now, but I don't think it's going to be as much. It's going to be a top. Obviously, he's going to talk about it, but I don't think it's going to be, it's going to dominate majority of what he's doing, because he's already had a whole set before the whole situation. So I think if anything, it's going to be added on and added in, but we'll see, We'll see.
Okay. That's all you have, right?
Much respect to him. Much respect to Netflix.
Much respect to them. Yeah,
I can't wait to hear y'all talk about it on the pod. Because
he pads, yeah.
I say go be watching it. No more sharing passwords all of a sudden.
All right, Jesse, let's get to it, man. You said you on Instagram, you said you was gonna call me out on something.
I got something for your ass, Kev. I got something for your ass.
Oh, man.
You know what? Hey, Ralph, when's the last time you seen Kev go so fucking hard about anything?
The way he's going after James going after James Cameron.
Like, I'm saying, this nigga didn't even put up Black Lives Matter like that. work. I
don't even look at this shit
like
now.
that. So my call out is, why you going so hard for this, but you don't go hard for nothing else? Nothing else, Kev. You ain't never. I see you post Brittany Griner like 3 times. I see you.
Wait, so it matters how many times you post it?
Yeah, nigga, this is every day.
You going ham on this shit. Yeah, like nigga, it's like this is. It's like you wake up to find something on it.
Exactly.
Like,
ain't nobody else.
And it's like I even stay off of Instagram now. And what's pissing me off is that this nigga has posted it on Facebook now too. So it was like, so even then I was like, okay, I've been off of Instagram and I've been like, what the fuck Kevin talking about? And there was just some shit about the Avatar. I was like, what the fuck, nigga? Like I'm on Facebook, my nigga. I got away from you.
It's like, Kev, ain't nobody talking about this. Talking about it's racist. It's like, man, this is a stretch. Only person
to get it canceled. Yeah, like come on, like
ain't nobody.
Now you know what happened. I mean, besides the fact that James Cameron is not very a likable human being, but it also
have you met him?
No, I'm just the stuff that I've seen and read and saw off YouTube. Anyway,
this
I've
is the
also
only time Kevin's done a deep dive into anything.
No, I've done that. I've started doing that. I really have. But I got DM'd by somebody who will remain nameless and gave me 3 paragraphs on why Avatar was good. And it was basically, to sum it up, basically they were talking about how it highlights indigenous people. And
all those articles that you put up is that it's actually not highlighting indigenous people.
Exactly. Yeah. And they did. Hey, and guess believe, before I posted it, I sent it to him like, here, just so you know. But I haven't seen the movie, but I heard the first scene. Jerrell, you saw the movie. What was the first scene in the movie?
I don't remember it.
Damn, such a great movie.
Such a great movie, Jerrell. Thank you. Man, what a fucking.
I didn't get there on time. I didn't get there on time.
So apparently the first scene in the movie.
Fun of like,
so apparently the first scene in the movie was a white kid with dreads. Apparently, I haven't seen it, but this is based off what was talked about. Actually, on one of my podcasts, they were talking about that, but I don't know. Haven't seen it. It made over $1 billion. It's the 3rd highest grossing movie this year, so clap it up for him. I think they're behind Top Gun, Maverick, and I can't remember the second movie. Does anybody know what the second movie was?
What would be the second movie? I know Top Gun was number 1.
Top Gun was the one.
Is it Black Panther? I don't think Black
Panther. No. Black Panther was like 10. Black Panther was like 10.
Got a chance to get up there because
it didn't even make it. It didn't. It made. I think Black Panther is like somewhere in the $650 million range. But
I'm really trying to think. Like,
while Jesse's looking that up, I just once I was on this hill, and then the way that person came at me, I just was like, all right, now this is personal between. What's number 2?
So number 1 is Top Gun Maverick.
What's number 2?
Number 2 is Avatar. Number 3 is Jurassic World.
Oh, okay. So past
that badass movie made
I was like,
people love Jurassic World.
That shit was terrible.
Dominion wasn't that good, to be honest. I watched it on Peacock. I didn't even watch it on.
I still haven't even watched it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Doctor Strange was number 4.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, Black Panther is number 6.
Okay.
But Black Panther is easily gonna fall into the top 3.
Oh,
because it's still going. It's easily gonna jump to the top 3. But people really were. Damn, I feel bad for everybody that watched that Doctor Strange in the theaters because that was bad. Multitude of Madness. That was
Multiverse of Madness. Yeah. All right. So this is part of the pod where we can just kind of talk about what you guys want to talk about. I know.
Ooh, that's surprising. The Batman didn't even reach top 5.
Yeah, it didn't do it like that. It's
gonna be one of those movies that we're gonna have to go back years from now and appreciate the greatness of what Matt Reeves did for that film. It's gonna be going 8-10 years from now. We're gonna go back and look at Robert Pattinson, and it's gonna be like Mozart, and this, it's gonna be one of the greats.
Definitely wasn't Mozart. That was definitely.
It's the Mozart of Batman. It's the Mozart of Batman.
So you're saying it's better than both? And you're saying it's better than the Dark Knight trilogy?
Aesthetically, yes.
All right. So this year, For us, we had a really successful year, guys, and I'm not just saying that. Just number wise, I feel like we've grown as a pod. I feel like not only we've gotten a lot, learned a lot about just doing this shit constant on a consistent basis, but we've grown and our audience has grown. Obviously I'm gonna keep it humble and but it's been up and down, so I'm not even gonna lie to people that are listening. But so in next month we'll be 2 years on YouTube. If you guys don't know, so next month we'll be 2 years on YouTube because for whatever reason in my head I thought this would be the first year on YouTube, but we've already done 2 years on YouTube, which is fucking crazy. We did 54 episodes this year, which really doesn't sound like a lot, but it really is a lot because we do once a week. Rel, you done more obviously because you did a couple off the rails on your own. I don't know if y'all want to talk because I feel like I hear myself just talking for a long time. If you guys want to talk before I just kind of just spit out the mouth and just keep going.
It's been an interesting ride.
Yeah, thank you and appreciate everybody. But go ahead, Cap, do your thing.
Here we go. I'd just like to thank everybody that's contributed to this pod, anybody that's liked it, anybody that's retweeted it, anybody that sent the DM. Obviously all our guests that's come on throughout the entire years, not just this year. So let me start by just saying big shout out to Iman. Thank you, Iman, for coming on and just providing a female voice on a podcast full of just male testosterone and being pointing out our male flaws when we're looking at stuff just as male, which we need that from time to time. We definitely need to do that because we're male biased and we don't even know we're doing it. And I'm gonna be honest, we definitely need that.
I don't have male flaws.
All right, Rel. All right. Shout out to Dustin. He was our most prolific guest that we've had on this pod. Anytime 90% of the time, anytime I hollered at Dustin to come on the pod, he was willing and able and on time and punctual. So shout out to him. I want to give a big shout out to him, not only for that, and also give a big shout out to him for his podcast growth that he got going himself. He just did a run of live stream podcasting for the last 28 days, which, speaking as a person who podcasts once a week and 3 days out of that week is like putting together ideas, writing down ideas, literally in a truck, thinking about something, pulling over so I won't forget, writing it down. That's a lot, man. So shout out to him. Shout out to him and his boys over there at Brews with the Homies. Rel, they only had you on one time, man. That's the missed opportunity. How you only had Rel on once? Missed opportunity. Also, another big shout out to Linnea. I think Linnea's came on once or twice this year. I think she came on twice this year, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. But shout out to her, new mom. I know she's busy, doing the new mom stuff. So shout out to her and baby Callie. But yeah, thank you for her support. She's always come on and been funny and talked. She's been real quiet about the Tory Lanez things though. The Tory Lane verdict. She's been real quiet on Twitter. I don't want to bring that up. We didn't want to bring. Rel, how you not bring that up on your hot list? Anyway,
she also just had a baby, so she doesn't really have an opportunity to say
that's
that.
true. That's true too.
But
I just wanted to take a jab at her.
Yeah, go ahead.
Obviously, Clips, man, just it goes without saying, man, you're like our fourth member. We appreciate you anytime you come on here, man. You make us smarter, funnier. You come literally off of work and you hop on with us, man, that's always much appreciated. And believe me, when we start planning for this guy's fellas trip, you're definitely included, and we can't wait to welcome you with us, and wherever we decide to go in Mexico, if that's still the move. I don't remember if that's still the move.
Yeah,
But
that's the move.
shout out to Clips, man, and again, always shout out for the intro that he gave us, man. Who else? Shout out to Jennifer, one of our biggest supporters, always interacting with the podcast on social. Shout out to my sister for always retweeting and posting.
Curtis.
Curtis. Oh yeah, shout out to Curtis, always posting and posting clips of his own and taking moments that he thought was funny. Yeah, that's always fly, man. We appreciate that. Love that part. I want to give I want to put this aside and just make this a big moment, because this person really helped this pod grow. He did step away from us for a little bit because I'm sure he's dealing with whatever he got going on. So shout out to Chris for what he did for us, man, helping our pod grow. We love you, brother, wherever you at. I know you took a social media break. We all take social media breaks. All three of us take social media breaks. So
deleted my Instagram right after this.
So I want to give the space of this pod's growth, especially this year. What we've done, we couldn't have done it without you. So I want to give you the space and just let you know that we love you and we appreciate you, what you did for us. Our highest episodes were the ones that you literally after I edited and just took the ball and just used your creative juices of content and just did this and messed around with the YouTube and did different and funny things on IG. So I want to give a big shout out to you, Chris, for what you did, and it goes without saying, you're our brother. We love you. Am I missing anybody?
Jeff, come on.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Jeff, man. Shout out to Jeff, our first podcast guest that we've ever had. We got to get him on more, man. I know he came on this year when I think the first timer was in Miami. And he was hating on my Blazers. Well, Jesse was the one hating on my Blazers because it was an episode we was talking about my Blazers potentially getting bought by Phil Knight, and Jesse was hating. But yeah, man, just a lot of cool, fun memories. I know it seems like a long time ago, but episode 100 was this year too. So that goes without saying, man. Just episode 100 was literally January 27th, if I remember correctly. So it's we're 40 episodes in the room and up now, and it's been a grind, and it's been a lot of ups and downs, not just with listens and views, because that happens. So I'm not even tripping off that and shit like that, because that normally happens with any and everything that we do, especially three guys like us. But yeah, man, I'm just talking and rambling now. So yeah, thank you to all our loyal listeners, everybody that's checked us out. If you checked us out, if you came by and literally saw 1 minute, we appreciate you. If you just took the time and listened on Spotify, shout out to the Spotify listener too. Once we got that Spotify situation rectified after years of not figuring that out, the pod did a whole lot better on streaming, because apparently a lot of people listen to podcasts on Spotify. But yeah, that's a lot of the stuff I'm thankful for, at least as far in the podcasting world. If y'all want to talk about that, and if y'all want to do, you said you want to do a millennial thoughts, or Jesse, or you want to talk about some of your struggles and triumphs this year?
Yeah, we can talk about anything and everything. First and foremost, thank you, everybody. You can be listening to anybody in the world. Yeah, you decide to listen to us, even when we have the most wildest and weirdest thoughts and anything we say. I don't know why you would care what I got to say, but if you enjoy hearing us, I do appreciate it, and I know we as a team appreciate it, and we're just gonna continue to grow from there. No matter where it goes, you'll always have this core team right here. So,
right.
and we'll continue to grow from that. And we appreciate any feedback or input, or you passing it along to somebody else. We'll appreciate all of that. And we're gonna keep doing this thing. The best thing about this, and what I always feel is like the most fun about stuff, this is, as Kev says, these are my boys in real life. When I travel with these dudes.
Yeah.
When I'm going to do something, I talk to them. When when things get tough, like me getting my first gray hair, I told them.
Can we talk about this? No, y'all want to talk about gray hairs though? I can do 10 minutes on gray hairs.
I got one, but once I cut my hair, it stopped growing back. So maybe
I got one in my beard and then like one like up here. But we don't got to talk about gray hairs. I got two.
Yeah, I got one, but every time not every time I've cut my hair, and since then it hasn't came back. So it's one of those, like, maybe it was just one of the stress ones or whatever, or I was giving out too much wisdom. But
just giving out too many bars.
But it's just one of those things where this year's been all over the place. It challenged me mentally the most. I spent a lot of time alone, but it allowed me to get back to like who I hate saying who I was, but allowed me to get back to like the strengths of who I was, like to build on those things and those things that got me to this point, and that I kind of abandoned, thinking I don't need to do these things anymore. But it's always that safety net, and understanding like where you are mentally in places. That was another thing, and how you truly deeply feel about something, and recognizing those things. So it's been a up and down year. It's never been to a point where it's been like super bad, but there was a lot of trying times and there was a lot of difficulties. But all I know is, like, when I remember listening to certain people talk about certain things, and it would be like one of those things where it's like, man, I ain't never dealt with that, or it's like, that's crazy, because like it just sucks that you're going through that. And then I started going through some of those things and understanding, like, not everybody wants to see you win. I've learned that people want to stay in drama, and even when you're not a part of it, they try to pull you in. I wouldn't even say I've learned that. I've always known that, but it's like, as much as you try to avoid those things, you can't, because it's literally, they putting shit on the line for you. But with all that being said, I'm just stronger. That shell, that hard shell around you gets, more thick, and you just keep pushing. And everything I'm doing from here on out is like, Deion Sanders had this thing where he said, there's no bad days, there's bad moments.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I want to live, in that space where it's like, I'm having a bad moment. Whatever, live it and be there, and then let it go and be in the next moment. Always be in the moment, and don't let one bad moment be this thing where you can no longer like do the rest of your day because of this. And that's one thing I've really tried to work on, and just let shit go and keep pushing. I'm usually good at that, so but I just never want to be like, oh man, I'm having a bad day, this day sucks, and then it turns into a bad couple of days, and it turns into a bad week. You just take that moment and you just reassess, take a breather, take a moment, and you keep pushing, and you do what you can to try to make it as positive as possible. And that's what's going to help you out moving forward throughout that day. So that being said, as much as this year started crazy, it's ending, me being in this in my apartment by myself, or it's one of those things where it's like, I'm ready for next year, because I got plans for next year, and big plans.
Well,
I mean, I'm just thinking about like just during a reflective state, like from the days that we all grown up, You know, when we first all met, we all barely all of us didn't have. We were splitting cars, rides. We all sit in our own apartments. Three black men, you know what I'm saying? So it's just something to be, look back on. Cause I remember when we were splitting rides and dollar menus. And not a lot of people know that, but that's what it was. We was cutting the check, cutting the
We had
$400
to. It was
check.
getting paid $250 for being 8 hours at a certain place.
It just, especially right now, I guess, I don't know. Like I guess personally, some I don't know what it is about that moment, but it's just about, I guess, to realize like you have made it a far away, no matter where sometimes you get so far caught up, you don't think you make it a far away, and then you just have to take a stop and look back with like, nigga, I had to ask a ride for some time, you know what I'm saying? Or I had to pick you up, so like it was just a cycle, and it's just like, now niggas is, we all sitting in our own fucking apartment. That's awesome. But for me overall, I just think, I thank everybody for listening to the podcast. I found a lot of things in this podcast personally. So I think this podcast is challenging me to try to better myself and what I want to do and my callings and everything. So it just I've found a way to appreciate everything, the work that goes into this, the work that goes into anything that you do now, you know what I'm saying, to where it's not. I see when people say when it's a job, you have to work at it. Like, this is not a job to me. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, I always felt like in my life, something was eating at me. Like, where like it wasn't even a relationship, because when I moved out here, it was like I can get the women. When it's like I got it, then when I was first moved out here, I was broke the first year, and then all of a sudden I started winning fucking money. Now I got the money, but then it's like someone's still eating at me. And I don't know what the fuck it was. And it was like, I gotta go do what I'm supposed to do. Like, I just been not in person. I could tell you, I've been, you know me, I've been wanting to blog and write, and I'm gonna start that next year. And I've been talking, I've been talking to people and communicating with people, and so it's just the process. And I appreciate everybody coming along with the ride. And this is just the beginning, because I got more shit coming. I got there's a lot more coming from me, and this was just the tip of what I was just going to do this year. This was just the tip of what next year it's gonna go. It's just gonna be much. It's gonna be bigger and better.
More trips to Miami?
No more trips to Miami.
Yeah. I echo everything basically you guys said. On a personal note, obviously, I haven't told y'all this. I was saving it literally for an episode like this. But obviously I talked about my mental health and me going having a therapist and everything like that. My therapist literally told me in one of my sessions that this podcast has helped me, because not only do I get to spend it with my friends, but apparently I have really bad memory. It doesn't seem like it, but I do. So I can remember spots of stuff that happened in my life. Like, just like anybody else, I can remember spots of stuff. Like, unfortunately, I can remember all 150 Pokemon on command, but I can't remember what I fucking ate 2 days ago. Or I can't remember apartment numbers or just shit like that. And that's just how my brain works. And
I can't remember those even did though.
Yeah, but I was using that as an example. And she suggested to me that I should start writing stuff down. So I should carry a notebook, or not just in my notes too, because she was like, everybody does, has their notes in their phone. She was like, you should probably walk around with a notebook. And I was like, well, I have a notebook for my pod. I was like, I already write stuff down already for, ideas for the podcast. And she was like, okay, great. Well, when you do that, also write down, some of the stuff that you, not only that you would like to remember, like sometimes you're in the moment enough to just stop and just, hey, I want to remember this moment that's going on. Write it down in your journal, write it down, and I started adopting that, but that was birthed from me doing this podcast, and was like, yo, I want to remember episodes and stuff that we talked about on that episode. I need to write down ideas on a notebook. And she just told me that the fact that every week that we come on here, she said the fact that it seems like every time you have something to look forward to, you come in here in better spirits. Normally my sessions are on Thursdays, and that's usually the day we pod. So it just, sometimes it just works out that way. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Just that she said this by itself was healthy for me. I told her, I was like, it's weird that me, a person that grew up with a stutter, is hosting a podcast that hundreds of people listen to. Like, it's like kind of weird because I was like, I grew up with a stutter. Like I was literally one of those kids that had a stutter when I was younger. But yeah, man, like I said, so personally, a lot of stuff happened to this year. I don't want to just talk about the downs because I want to talk about some ups, but I am still being affected by some of the stuff that happened to me this year. Like, I almost died this year with some shit with a work accident. But and I still think about that. I'm still, people take longer to grieve on people's passing. Like, I'm still grieving one of my boys. Shout out to Andre Johnson. Shout out to my boy Andre. Well, I say Andre Johnson. Andre Williams, one of my boys that died on the block. He was in Atlanta. He was an artist that from LA. He went out there solo dolo and died in Atlanta. A detective hit me up because he had no next to kin in Atlanta, and he DM'd me, was like, "Hey, are you related to Andre?" And I said no. But I had to find out that way that he passed because he had no next to kin. Nobody knew. And then I just sat and thought about, like, if that's a crazy way to go, where you have literally no next to kin, nobody, no relatives left on this planet.
It's kind of crazy because when you say that, and that's sad. Rest in peace to him. Mm-hmm. I think about that a lot of the times where it's like, I am like here alone, and I spend the majority of my go to work, but I'm on a bus by myself, train by myself. Ain't like I really talk to people all day. So it's like one of those things where there's times where I worry about, like, people don't really, I wouldn't say people don't worry, but if I'm not answering my phone or calling back right away, or like for a couple of days, if anything happens to me, I think people wouldn't think negatively, which is great. But I don't know if people will know, like, who do you hit up first, like, for me, or all that stuff, where it's like,
that's true.
Like, all those things, especially
Jeff would be my reach after.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things where it's like, who's gonna contact and let Jeff know? Like, it's like
Jeff's my reach
here.
Right after.
Yeah, like Jeff ain't here, so it's like he's all the way up in Sacramento. So it's like one of those things where it's like, I do think about that. That's why I answer your phone call so quickly.
Appreciate that, man. First ring. Jesse's a first ring guy. I appreciate that. Anytime he does a first ring answer, I appreciate that. I try like real. That shit ring like a motherfucker with real.
I try to call people back. I try to call people back just so, like, it's like, they would know, because there are times where I don't answer the phone and then I don't call back for days, so I forget to call back, and it's just one of those things where I'm like, I know most people will probably be like, all right, he's probably fine, he's just not good on the phone or whatever, but I think about that a lot, where it's like I do need to, like, call people back and answer, because I am by myself a lot of the times. And when I say by myself, I'm literally like, I don't have anybody that's in the representative that's like, yo, I got to call so-and-so, let them know something's up. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have those friends that connect to my other friends. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like one of those things where I keep that in mind. And that sucks that's how you had to find out. That sucks for him that he didn't have any close kin to really,
His closest kin lived out here, and I don't want to step on this moment by bringing something funny and something that made me mad about what his next of kin did to me literally 3 days ago. But he lives out here, and he's the one who told me, because I was like, yo, like, did a detective hit you up about Dre? And that's how I found out. Me and him was just talking. I was just like, yo, like, what the fuck? But I appreciate him, because he put me on so much shit, and he's one of those. He's the reason why I had to really think about it. He's like not only the only reason, but one of the reasons why I didn't care about what others thought about me, and just because y'all know, I literally grew up with dude like from middle school to high school. So, like, when you're that young and you're impressionable and all you want to do is impress women. You just do stuff that to attract women. So like you don't want to be the kid that's, playing with Yu-Gi-Oh cards or watching anime or doing a bunch of stuff. But he was always 100% himself all the time. And he was that guy. He was literally a nerd that just, and he was like a 6'4" nerd. Like he was tall as shit and big as hell. And he was always himself all the time. And, I just always appreciated that. And I appreciate him for all the stuff he put me on, through my lifetime. But yeah, man. Unless y'all got something else to say before I tear the fuck up and get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all got something else y'all want to talk about?
I'm good.
Jess?
I'm good.
I mean, I guess for me, what I would tell people, this can be my millennial thought or whatever.
Yeah, please.
Try to go into this year with positivity. There's too much things going on in this world that will bring us down. Try to just go into this next year with positivity. Set goals for yourself. Like this ain't nothing new.
Definitely set goals. I got goals already. I've had goals. I haven't set goals for myself, and I can't tell you how many years. I have goals already written down in my notebook.
Set goals for yourself. Achieve those goals, and celebrate those W's. Celebrate hard. We work too hard in this world, like as people, as human beings. I will forever say this. I don't know how we were convinced that working 8 hours a day is the actual thing you should be doing and doing it 5 times a week.
Go on vacation. Celebrate life. Go away. Get away from your norm every now and then. I know it's people like just keeping their head down and grinding. Obviously, that's the right thing to do. If you like we're in my mindset, this is how I think. I'm grinding now in my 30s so I can chill, so I can be more chill in my 40s. Right. Like that's how my mind, if God willing, let me get to my 40s, right? Yeah. So like right now is like when I'm putting my head down and I'm busting my ass, doing all this stuff, being broke because I'm paying more stuff on top of stuff so I can be more financially good in my 40s. And that's how my mind goes. Yeah. But also take the time, like in to a lesser extent, Jesse was talking about his COVID. He was healthy all year. He was at work, going to work constantly, and then never took no time off for himself. And then COVID told him to sit his ass down. Like literally the same thing with us. Just listen to your body. If your body is telling you need to sit the fuck down, sit the fuck down. You feel yourself having anxiety and, you feel the weight of the world, just like take a break. If you have the money and you have the resources, go on vacation, get away from it, get away from your normal day to day, and go somewhere where, I don't even want to say where the weather's nice because, that doesn't necessarily be that. Maybe that's not what you want. Go somewhere where you want to go. Maybe you want to go somewhere that's cold. Maybe you want to go somewhere where there's museums. Find your peace.
Find where you're going to be at peace. And, it's just one of those things where I would tell people, like, one of the first things I wanted to do next year was go to New York and, watch a couple of plays on Broadway. Yeah. Not able to do it, not because of, like, financial or not because I can't just jump up and go, but it was just more or less like I have a bigger goal for the next month, and I really set that goal like a couple of months ago, and that's just get a whole new car 2023 and go from there.
That's one of my goals. I'm getting a new car next year. So that's one of my goals.
I set that for the end of February. So in order to do that, I'm not really prepared to go to New York. The weather is going to be terrible. Yeah, I don't got winter. Bad. I don't got winter clothing. You don't got
New York jackets? Come on, man. You got some Timbs you got some Timbs at the cribs though, Jesse.
I did find some Timbs, but it's just one of those things where it's just like you gotta, that is more. I would have to spend more.
You got no Abrax jacket in the back over there, bro?
No, I don't got that. But
no Echo big jacket. One of them big ass Echo jackets with the fur on the hood.
No, sir. But that being said, it's like one of those things where it's like. All I would say is for people, it's easy to find out reasons why you can't do something. It's easier to be like, I can't because of this or that. Don't let it get in your way. if you want to do something and you feel like you can do it and you can pull it off, everything that goes against it is always going to come to mind. So just go and do it and enjoy life, because every time you push something off or you say you can't do something, unless you really can't, unless it's not possible, you're just stopping yourself, and you're only putting off something to like a dream or maybe, or none of that. Just go do it. Have fun, enjoy it. Like all the things we see on social media and all that stuff, and we see people going out and we looking at them living their life. You can do all that. You can do all that. You just gotta, plan ahead and just do it. Set your goal for it. And once you get to that point, you'll have more fun. Yeah, it'll be more stressful days and you'll work a little harder for this and that, but it is what it is. 2023 should be a year of like, we're out of this like dust. We're out of this dark cloud that's above us. We're out of all that shit. Let's just be better, live better, and enjoy life and enjoy the people around you, because
we never know. If any 2020 and 2021 was any indication, all this shit could be taken away, snatched away from us.
Yeah, I mean, so.
But I think that's a way to close it out. Again, thank you again from the bottom of my heart for everybody that's ever listened, who's ever watched us on YouTube, anybody that's checked us out for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, anything, anybody that watched just to hate. We appreciate you. Anybody that watched just, for Rel's picks, anybody that watched to hear Jesse hate on cheesecake, anybody that watched, for me being on the fence on every damn topic, just shout out to you guys. We appreciate you guys. I forgot Matt G. Shout out to Matt for coming on the pod as well. He came on Off the Rails episode, and he came on one of our episodes and did a really, really good episode when the Kyrie situation was going on, and talked about how him being Jewish, talked about how he was hurt by some of Kyrie's his stance and some of the comments he made. So shout out to Matt for coming on. Great guy. Hope to have him on future episodes. But yeah, man, last episode in 2022. Successful year for those millennials again, going up, everything going up again. Again, shout out to Chris. Chris, I believe you're still watching wherever you at in your cave. We appreciate you, man. We love you. Thank you for what you've done for this platform, man. And everybody else that ever came on this pod, man. Shout out to you guys. And we will see you in 2023. For Rel, I'm Kev. That's Jesse. We're those millennials, and we're out, man.